I remember this Series X Special Edition here that we have completely taken apart. It doesn't power on because we found corrosion on the connect, and the flex cable is messed up. I ordered a bunch of parts here from DigiKey, and let's try to fix it. I think I got the right connector here, so this is the first thing I'm going to replace. Yep, so I got 2 of them because I really don't know. If it is it, I'm going to stock up here. I mean, yeah, that looks the same here. I did good research. So we found it. So let's replace this one right here. Yeah, this looks like the exact same one. Let's remove this one right here and try to put it. This is proving impossible manually. I think I might need to use the machine. It's too big. It's too long. I don't want to damage anything on the board, so I have to have constant heat on it and unify. I mixed some leaded solder here to make it easier on the machine. I also removed the SSD card here just to make sure no damage happens to the data. To the machine! I got it here under the machine, let's go. And since I don't have a profile for this, I'm going to use the profile for the PlayStation 5 Southbridge. And I just aligned the head here. I added a little bit of heat shield here for the capacitors, but I did start the reflow process. Okay, I got it here. I had to manually remove it with a glove and everything. Okay, time to clean up this board and prep. Alright, that looks good here. The pins are tinned and we cleaned up the base. This is my first time, so I'm not sure if I want to prep the connector as well. Yeah, it was a bad idea to do that. That's why I bought another one, but I'm still going to try to fix it. I messed up the brand new one before I even put it on. You don't prep. I'm just going to leave it as is. That's why I bought another one. So it self-aligns, it has notches. So let's go put it back on the machine, let it Okay, round 2. It's on the machine, and we started the process. And yeah, check it out. Under the microscope, it's looking fresh with a tweezer. I just tested it. It's good. Of course, it never fails. I wanted to order a replacement flex cable for this. Right here from eBay. I just wanted to get this one, right? And they sent me the one without the harness. And it's messed up from right there. Yes, you can take the harness out and put it on, but this one has a corrosion on. I found this not exact cable from China. I'm not sure if this is going to work out or not, but one way to get it working is to squeeze it in like this. So I have this side squeezed in, and now I have to squeeze the other part, but the actual plastic was messed up, so I ordered one from DigiKey. Okay, I got it connected here. I'm not sure if this is going to work. We might need the original cable. This is just giving it a shot. All right, so I plugged up the bare minimum here. Let's see if it's going to turn on. No. Nope. Oh, that's insane. In our attempts, we burnt the 12-volt line right here. Okay, it has nothing to do with the connector. We need to figure out what's going on, right? Remember from the first video, it would happen when we removed this cable right here and we try to put it back in. That's when this thing stopped beeping. I failed to test right here. I should have tested that first just to, you know, have the data point. So it's one of these MOSFETs or capacitors on this entire area right here. Or possibly one of these capacitors on this entire side. If you remember, there was water corrosion here or there. So it could be one of these weaker ones that blew out. And I'm injecting some power here and we can automatically see that there's a blown capacitor. That one right there. That one right there. That one right there was one of the corroded ones from the water damage. So it blew out through the test. I'm testing the 12-volt rail right now and we're not shorted. It's good we removed it and we found out today before we deliver it to the customer and then it blows out on them. So I'm glad that it came, you know, it went undone. So let's replace. Okay, I put a replacement here. Now to go back to our original plan of testing the other cable. Okay, I connected it here. Let's try once again. Oh, yes, we have something. We have something. It powers on and it turns off right away. So that means that this cable is no good. Using a cable like this was a shot in the dark. So, you know, I'm doing my best here without proper parts because this cable, you cannot buy the part. So I tried to get a donor, as you saw, and it didn't come through. So now I still have to find one more interconnector. And we can only be sure of this connector here if we have the proper flex cable. So I'm going to try to source another flex cable that's original for this system so that we can test. Here they are side by side under the microscope. Technically they should work, but they have different notching on here, so it could have caused a difference of it touching the pins. As you can see here, that's where it touches, and it might not be doing a full proper connect. Or the wires here are not fast enough to transmit the data properly to the other side. There is a lot of engineering to this cable. It's not just a regular cable. Finally, I got the right cable here. Let's go test this one right now. All right, let's test this thing. Oh, look at that. It turns on. It turns on. It's on the TV. Nice. We got it. Wow, finally. This one was such a big ordeal. If you followed the first video, maybe from 2 weeks ago, and now you're watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit that like and follow button, and I'll see you in the next video.